Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, the Great Wars, the Ottoman Empire. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, now we have some troops ready to deploy. Send them over to yellow, that should be fine. And we have done our naval invasion of Sten. We're going to immediately send the entirety of the Blue Army back to Germany. This time, I feel like, because we're not going to be completely surrounded, we should have a better time with it. Can you march here? You can. Okay, we'll keep this one infantry here. My main priority here is just, one, not get the encirclement penalty, and two, just create an extra front line for the AI to have to deal with. Since we're actually incredibly close to Berlin. So unfortunately, we have to wait for our reinforcements to get here first. We do got some German armored cars. When will you show up? You'll be here another 15 hours. Yes, we can do something like that. That seems good. And hopefully our allies will also send some reinforcements in the future. Not into the future. That'd be a very different game. So do something like this. Pushing the Germans back as much as humanly possible. So try and attack us here. And I think right now this is an okay place to just kind of hold off. Thinking about it, can we get through here? Yes, okay, no, this is completely fine. We can't get through the Kiel Canal because that's controlled by Germany, but reinforcements can arrive in this port in the future. And I am sure that will prove to be important. I mean, Belgium's already sending troops over here, which is nice. Shrink these guys down to be a little bit more consolidated. Do not attack out. That's fine. And yeah, that seems okay. Stop the attacks for now. We'll hold on to this little territory. Again, it's going to pull a lot of German attention into this direction. Which should hopefully mean that either the French will have an easier time, or the Russians will have an easier time. Somebody is going to be taking advantage of this. Is my hope. How expensive are trenches? 800 points. Throw those straight to the top of the list. How long will that take? Even with 2 factories right now. It's still going to take until July. That is a while. Maybe we do want to get the 5% less, yeah, a little bit less war bonds. So that means it's going to give us 2 extra factories to be done in the 30th of May. So about a month per level. It's still not great. But it could be a lot worse. We got a single French division here. We definitely can't lose Stettin. Like, that's incredibly important. You got to defend that port as much as you possibly can. Probably take as many German casualties, or inflict as many German casualties as you can as well. But there are a lot of them. There are a lot of people over here, which is dangerous. It's incredibly dangerous. But we can see that the French have pushed their way past the Rhine, which is awesome. You guys don't feel very confident, and that's understandable. Bulgaria is not really doing anything. Romania's taken a neutrality focus, even though They're supposed to join our side. Apparently they don't want to. Don't why are you who's attacking? Don't attack. What's wrong with you? We're able to hold off these Germans for now. Trying to build trenches there because that area is under combat. Makes sense. As long as we can kind of... I mean, of course I don't want to lose my entire army. That would be extremely bad. We got our mustard gas, which was a breakthrough in soft attack. Just an extra 10% soft attack. It's going to take us an entire year for that, though. However, we can start getting early tanks. Early heavy tanks. I think that could probably prove to be worthwhile. I also decided to like, kind of abandon this area. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to build this... no, I don't have factories for that. I was going to say try to build like a second port somewhere, but I don't think that's going to really work either. I think we have at least one level of... I thought we had at least one level of trench, but we do not. I have lied and deceived all of you. But, like, if we could just get the AI to invade every single port on the German line, like, that would be extremely positive. The AI keeps sending more and more troops here. Again, I can't actually supply them, so we're really just taking attrition damage over here for no good reason. But I don't want to abandon the AI to their fate, because that probably is going to mean the entire area is just going to get kind of screwed over. But I also can't have it so... If we lose 10, we lose the entire army. Which of course we cannot have. We can't have them lose everything. Am I at least inflicting a decent amount of casualties? That would make me feel a little bit better. Germany's lost 1.2 million, 100,000 against us. Austria has lost not enough to even be counted on here. So we might have actually have lost more men. We've killed slightly more Germans than they've killed of us, which is nice. But not by a ton. And that's because it deleted like 5 of our divisions, which I really don't necessarily agree with that. You're basically all hills. We could probably push through this province. I mean, it's only 2 troops, and they're looking very, very weak. How much manpower do you have? You still have, like, over 3 million. You still have over 5 million. France has 75. And Russia has about 2. But, excuse me. How do you have 75 manpower right now? Can you explain that one to me? My good friend France, because your entire army is actually about to, like, die. Which is just incredibly embarrassing. So it looks like right now we have a decent position. Somewhat, we're slowly trying to build up this one trench in Stettin. But we keep getting attacked before they can actually finish building it. We don't need war propaganda. We're fine on that. Like, building slots don't matter. Getting the steelworks, construction 3, probably actually should be a priority of mine then. Because I know we're importing steel, and now we need steel right now. Being able to stop importing a little bit would probably make a difference. And if we can make a breakthrough here, we can actually combine these two fronts. Will that make a huge difference? I don't really know. But it can potentially make some difference. It'll at least give these guys more supplies, I believe. Which is also very important. We still don't know what the Bulgarians are doing. They haven't actually really decided to do anything at all. We have a non-aggression pact. Can I break the non-aggression pact? Still not until next year. Unfortunately. So that's still a while from now. These Austrian troops are pretty tough. My hope is that they're just going to run out of manpower. Not manpower. Just run out of like, actual equipment. So we're inflicting a decent amount of German casualties over here in Stettin. We're only distracting 12 divisions. Not as much as I would have liked. Okay, Bulgaria's actually getting an invitation of 49 days to join the Central Powers. That can be dangerous. So I'm going to immediately deploy whatever troops I have right now. Send up the Yellow Army. Just in case we need that extra manpower. And actually, all of you attack here. You can. Like, is this area fine for supplies? Yes. We probably could get something done if we attacked here. And I actually feel pretty confident with this position right now. Especially once we get our trenches built in Stettin. But 68%. We're pretty close to actually breaking through. And again, that would create a decent front line. Please stop retreating into the province I'm trying to take over. Thank you very much. It would be a big boon to me. Can't believe France has no manpower right now. While both the Central Powers have a billion and they're still unlimited. You're on extensive. How are you so bad right now? Why are you leaving a port? I don't actually understand that. So do you guys at least have supplies now? No, it's actually worse. Somehow, I've actually made things worse somehow. Which is not the best news I've heard all day. In fact, it might be some of the worst news I've heard. But I like that Germany is willing just to keep throwing men at this. We'll just try to build trenches in all these areas. See what actually sticks. So orange, you're not confident. I'm assuming that's because people are not in position. Green apparently, or blue, is actually apparently confident in attacking. Your job is, I guess, push your way towards Berlin. But I'm not going to have you attack right now, because I feel like that's just going to make our situation actually worse. Like, we could send in more divisions here. Like, I can get this into a full 24 stack, I believe. In Bulgaria, we've got another 2 weeks until war with you breaks out. And I can tell that the Serbians right now have nobody on their border. And that is an issue. Britain's trying to befriend Portugal. Can you befriend Greece? I think I actually need to pull these guys back to this. And then these guys, I'm going to just make into a different army right now. Under you, and immediately send them to the Bulgarian border. Because I'm worried that Bulgaria is just going to steamroll this area. Because they've literally nobody on the defenses over here. But if we can capitulate Bulgaria, that probably is going to make a big difference. Let's go for infrastructure 3. We're still missing a bunch of steel. Which isn't great. We did get one. Okay, so the fort in Stettin is actually finished. Entrenchment's pretty high. 69% entrenchment is actually insanity. I mean, again, Bulgaria could say no to this, theoretically. Will you even get there in 4 days? It looks like it, but just like barely. It's gonna be our job to try to hold off the Bulgarians when they invade. We can go up to extensive, but I don't think that matters too much right now. I still have 1.9 million manpower, so I'm pretty confident with what we're doing. Yeah, and Bulgaria did join the war, which gives them an extra ally. But we did save the Serbian front from completely capitulating. We could attack. I mean, these guys are looking very weak. A nice little deep defense bonus. Let's go for... I mean, we're building heavy tanks right now. So let's go for the heavy supports. Or we're researching heavy tanks right now. We're not actually building any of them. So we got some British troops here. And maybe we can actually just break Serbia. Or break up Bulgaria. Because if we can actually get Bulgaria just to die, there's more factories for me to control. Which seems like a positive. Especially since... I mean, they're actually fairly surprisingly weak. We've already pushed our way into one province. Fantastic. Of course, we want to get our way into Sofia. And we probably want to take our way to Varna as well. Portugal is joining Entente. Excellent. Does that matter? I don't think so at all. Again, Greece would actually make a difference. Romania would make a massive difference. Everything else is just kind of who cares, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. More political power gain, I guess. How is the North doing, by the way? You guys still controlling this area pretty well? It looks like it. Average entrenchment is at 65%, so I'm not too worried right now about them actually losing any territory in Stettin. I am worried that the French's inability to actually field an army is going to make a big difference in the future, but we shall see. We shall see. I'm surprised that the Bulgarian troops, though, are just kind of awful. Like, that's what surprises me. We took over Sofia. Beautiful. So Bulgaria is already pretty close to capitulating. We just have to get away to Varna up here. So yellow, your objective is not to push here. Your objective is to push to this coast like that. But I think this is going to be a good time to end this episode. So thanks for watching my Anthem. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoy, close them down. Want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.